Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Walt Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. This sports program begins right now. Football! It is absolutely magical, and we're so lucky that we get to talk about it every single day. We are now in a world post-trade deadline for all of our NFL teams. Did your team get better at the trade deadline? Did they take a massive swing and give up a couple first-round picks maybe so that they can put their team in a position to go ahead and win the Super Bowl like the Indianapolis Colts did, and even the Dallas Cowboys who traded away a first-rounder? Or are you on the New York Jets and staring down a full rebuild with who? Young players that are good. Well, we just got rid of a couple young players that are good. We need to find new young players that are good so we can kind of strip this thing down and rebuild it in a brand new image. So we apologize for getting rid of some of your favorite players and that little boy over there who learned of Sauce Gardner's release from his father in the kitchen. He would go on to throw a full-on fit, temper tantrum, tears, yelling, screams, because Sauce Gardner, his favorite player, is no longer a member of the Jets, and now he's a member of the Indianapolis Colts. I would like to let that boy know. Come on over to the shoe, brother.
Be smart.
It is a great time to be a part of the shoe. We got a team. We got a quarterback. We got a coach. And we got an ownership group, the big three, that aren't scared to step right into the batter's box and take a massive hack just a few months into being the owners of the Indianapolis Colts. They give away a couple first-rounders to bring Sauce Gardner back. And breaking news as of yesterday, Josh Downs will go Downs to business, just like his brother Caleb, and wear the number 2. He was previously the number 1 as of 2 days ago. He's going to 2. He is too slippery, too good, too cool, too sweet. And he's Downs to business alongside his brother with the number 2. Sauce Gardner will be wearing the number 1 for the Indianapolis Colts. As a person who wore the number 1 with a lot of pride, okay, I appreciate that. That number 1, we had a top 10 in jersey sales there for a little bit, that number 1 for the Indianapolis Colts. It's obviously slimming, not as slimming as the number 11, so that is why I necessarily liked it. And on draft day, I was drafted pick 222, 7th round. There's a lot of commotion after you get drafted to an NFL team, especially if it feels like you're not going to get drafted and you're going to have to go back to school. Maybe all the drunks in your house who have given up hope on you making it to the NFL are now realizing, oh, he's just going to be drunk with us, basically. That's what we're going to do. And then you get drafted, and it's announced on television, and everybody goes crazy, and you're talking to somebody that's in Indianapolis. They're like, we got a couple of things. What time do you want to fly out for rookie minicamp? Whatever the earliest flight is, I'm good with whatever. Thank you, no problems. And then you got people saying, yeah, we're fine. We did it. We did. What number do you want? What's that? What number do you want? What's available? 1. Good. I'll take that one. I can't believe I have a number. I'll take number 1 for sure. Okay, we'll see you on Friday. Good. Bang, hang up. Beers, celebration, craziness. He's an insider everywhere. Has friends literally in every single building. Now he's with ESPN, formerly Emmy Award winner at NFL Network. Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Schrager.
Yay!
Schrags, how you doing, brother? We're talking about Kyler Murray. Any thoughts on that entire situation over there?
I'll tell you this. I was there Monday for that Monday Night Football game, and I'm walking around the field before the game, and I'm, talking to everyone, doing my thing, kind of kissing babies, shaking hands, whatever. And everybody in Arizona, was talking about Jacoby Brissett and how good he had been the last 5 weeks, and what a shame it was that he wasn't able to get the victory. And they had 3 walk-off field goals. And the elephant in the room is there's Kyler Murray standing there. He's dressed in a Dallas Stars jersey. He looked great. And he's there on the sidelines. And he was 9-0. in his life, going back to high school, college, and the pros in that building. And he was just a complete non-factor in this game because he was out with the injury. But the juice around Jacoby was so real that I came away from this one thinking, like, I don't know if they're just pumping him up or not, but like there's maybe a future with Jacoby Brissett as the guy there. The problem is Kyler's contract the next 3 years. It's over like $100 million in dead cap space. So what do you do with that? But in a post-Russell Wilson era where teams just say, rip the Band-Aid off, that might be the move. I'll say this. They are still paying Cliff Kingsbury his full salary. They are still paying Steve Keim his full salary. Those guys are from a different era. Those are the guys who brought Kyler in. These new guys, Gannon and Monty Ossenfort and his crew, they didn't draft Kyler. They didn't sign him to that extension. And if you go to the owner and say, hey, we tried it for 2 years, we're going to move on. We got to take a financial hit. We'll figure it out. They might be more open to it than if they were the guys who actually drafted.
Obviously, we keep talking about all of the trades that did get done. What was the closest deal yesterday that didn't get done?
I was surprised, AQ, that there wasn't a fire sale in New Orleans. Now, I know they gave away Penning and they also traded Shaheed. But to me, I thought all those veterans, those guys, Demario Davis, Cam Jordan, Taysom Hill, Alvin Kamara, all those guys could be up for sale because that team's going nowhere either. And yet they held on to those guys, even after a terrible loss to the Rams. So those guys will finish the year. And if I was thinking as a Saints fan, maybe like the philosophy the Jets had where it's, hey, we're not going anywhere. We got a bunch of veterans. Let's unload them, because there was interest in all those guys, but they didn't make those deals. The other name was that was being tossed around a lot was Breece Hall, and the Jets didn't trade him. That was more of like a, hey, that's our best offensive player this year. We're actually in on Breece Hall. And if he goes somewhere else in free agency, we'll get a compensatory pick that might be better than the value of what we were getting offered for him. So I was looking at the teams that were obviously sellers, and some guys weren't sold, and it was just like, well, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze to get rid of them for like a 5th or 6th round draft pick.
I like whenever, is this good business for both of us comes to play, at the very final hour, whenever we're right up against it, are we going to do this or are we not? And it's like, well, I don't think we're getting good. You don't, and you kind of back out of those deals, always chirping, always chatting. That's why when these big ones happen, the amount of courage it takes to get that fun, because,
do it.
Schefter was reporting yesterday about how the deal's not done. The deal's not done. Quentin Williams and Dallas Cowboys. He goes, we're close. It's like, that's sometimes the hardest. When you're in goal
100%.
line, pre-tush push days, when you're in goal line, those are the hardest things to get. Negotiations and contracts can be that way as well. So to get to that point and then actually make it happen is a huge deal. So if your team's a buyer at all, like we are, so many people probably said, probably not, probably not, probably not, probably not, probably not. So for your team to say, yes, let's go for it, that's why trade deadline day is so beautiful. It's like, okay, now we know in the building they're going. Now we know that they view it the same way we do. You know what I mean? Yeah, they didn't think they got enough for Waddle. Man, Waddle's a good player.
Yeah.
Put the tape on. Also got a sick celebration. You're going to sell shirts. That's a whole nother business that we don't even talk about. That got to be at least worth a second there, don't you think? Maybe third.
Yeah, Calvin, Sauce Gardner got traded yesterday from the Jets to the Colts. What type of corner for you gave you the most trouble, and what type of corner is Sauce Gardner, and how much better do you think the Colts defense will be because of him?
Definitely an improvement to that Colts defense. For me, the corners that gave me the most problem were the ones that didn't necessarily press. I like it when you're aggressive and press, but the ones that more so played that catch technique where they were like, 3 yards off, they didn't really go at you, let you more so come into them, and then they kind of latch on. And then with that, if you're a tall, long-armed corner, those are the ones that gave me the most trouble because, not in today's game, because today's game, you can't touch the receiver. But back in the day, or like 10 years ago when I was playing, they would latch on that first 5-10 yards and it never get called.
They would always call it really properly at the first 5 yards and end it there. And I do love hearing older players, especially ones that are like the greatest of all time, going, would have been nice maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm taller than everybody. I'm faster than everybody. I can jump higher than everybody. And they're not allowed to slow me down at all. That is the rules precisely. Sweet. Boom. We are doing this one. Right down the side. You did that back in the day as well, though. So you need to know that we all understand your greatness. And anytime a good wide receiver comes out, they always pop the clip out and go, I don't know if they're ever going to get the Calvin Johnson punt bracket coverage, though. And that's like kind of a staple now. You changed the game, brother. We appreciate the hell out of you.
Appreciate you, bro. You changing the game right now, man. I love the show. Y'all keep it up.
All right, we need you to come back whenever we have more time. We love chatting with you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Calvin Johnson.
100.
Yeah,
Real huge night in the college football world. The actual rankings in the actual bracket that is coming from the actual group of people that are going to be deciding who the college football playoff inevitably is at the end of the year whenever they start at 12 and count down to 1, rolled out their first official rankings of the year. We saw them put their hats on the hat tree, and now we see what they came up with in that room. Let's go to Hammer, Dad, Todd, AP Tone. Tone, what did the College Football Playoff Committee tell us with their first projected 12-team bracket?
Yeah, I don't think there was a ton of surprises here. There was 2 things that I took away from looking at this, and the first one being Oregon at 9. When I projected it, I thought they would be higher, but the committee disagreed with me. They are the lowest ranked one-loss team from the Big Ten or SEC. They are behind Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Texas Tech, who's in the Big 12 as far as one-loss teams go. So they are, like, Oregon needs to be careful. Oregon still has Iowa this weekend at Kinnick, which is huge, USC, and Washington. Like, all those teams are ranked. All those teams are good. Like if Oregon messes around and loses any of those games, they're definitely going to drop them behind Texas or Oklahoma, teams like that. So like Oregon, I wouldn't be happy if I were them when this came out, because one more loss and they could definitely be out of the playoff as a 2-loss team, which would suck for them. And then the other thing I was looking at, Notre Dame's at 10 right now as a 2-loss team. But go behind them, the two teams right behind them, Texas and Oklahoma. Texas has Georgia and A&M left. Like if they beat Georgia and A&M, guess what? Texas is going to be ahead of Notre Dame. So Notre Dame drops to 11. Oklahoma has Bama and Mizzou left, and that Bama is at Bama. Like if Oklahoma were somehow beat Bama on the road, I think they jump Notre Dame too. So while Notre Dame's in there right now, I don't know if they're safe. Obviously, if they lose, they're out. But Oregon as well, as a 1-loss Oregon, if you drop to 2 losses, I think you might go behind Texas and Oklahoma in that situation too. So those two teams is what I kind of took away from last night's rankings.
Okay, let's check out what Tone's predicted CFP committee bracket looked like versus what the CFP committee bracket was. What did you get wrong? You got Oregon ranked differently, but basically have all the same teams. You basically are seeing the field how the CFP committee's seeing the field. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, as you said earlier, I saw all those old whites walk in there and put their helmets up on that hat rack, and they went in there to do their business. And yeah, I had Oregon higher. I thought they would be higher. Maybe 5 was a little too high, but I didn't think they would be behind, Texas Tech. Like I thought for sure they'd be ahead of Texas Tech, just because normally there's no respect for the Big 12. I'm not saying there shouldn't be. I'm just saying in the committee's eyes. But yeah, all the teams were correct, and just kind of Oregon was really the only one that was out of place.
Okay, what out of baby Tone? That's why you're best in the game.
Thank you.
I see you're growing back your beard. I thought maybe you were just sticking with mustache for a while, or is maybe this the look?
No, just the mustache was a horrendous look. That was a miscalculation of epic proportions on my part. But no, I don't mind the mustache with it's starting to come in. This is a week's worth of growth. Maybe like another week with the mustache. We're starting to find it a bit here.
Yeah, holiday season, Tom. Holiday season. Congrats to you.
Thank you.
Steelers get a huge win over the Colts. Tone batting 1,000 in college football, and he's starting to find it with his face. Joining us now is a guy who's starting to find it in the booth, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I was listening for a long time this guy talk about a game in which his brother dominated and my team was the best team in the league and was losing pretty bad. And I'd say he did a great job doing it. Ladies and gentlemen, future first ballot Hall of Famer, a member of the Bull Ring of Honor, ladies and gentlemen, J.J. Watt. Jage, owner of Burnley as well, and Espanol. The soccer team's absolutely crushing it. How come the Texans aren't calling it the Bull Ring of Honor? How come? I saw there's an announcement. There's another member going in, a 4th member going in, I believe, this weekend. It just said Ring of Honor. I thought for sure this must have been a Mandela effect. I thought it was called the Bull Ring of Honor.
It's not.
No, it's just a Ring of Honor.
Come on.
That's a miss.
Yeah. So
I mean, you have certainly taken that bull by the horns and led it around the track. So it's got a second nickname for sure.
No, I thought that was the
Official title.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was. And then I saw the logo and the photo, and it's like, oh, it's not that.
No,
It's just,
but we did welcome Miss Janice McNair, sweet, sweet soul, one of the best women ever. So she is now up there, and rightfully so. She's the best.
So there's 4 of you now in the Bull Ring of Honor. Are you guys going to play euchre? Is the crew going to get together and maybe play little cards against each other?
I don't know. I'm there this weekend. I'm very excited. I got a Houston game this weekend, so I'm really, really looking forward to that, and really, really hoping we can get some offensive production going. That would be a plus.
JJ, I know it's most important on the top of your list what you want to talk about. Is it true that you may clone yourself and possibly your brothers with this whole situation with Tom Brady cloning his dog, I believe?
Come on.
That's a great question, AJ.
Come on.
It took
You
me
said
a second to
we
see
had
where
to
we
pivot
were
away
going
from the
with that.
Steelers.
Yeah, I thought we were going to do football still, but hey, Tom Brady's the greatest football player of all time. So
Might be back.
certainly topical.
There's a lot of dog talk in the analyst world. I'm just gonna keep my dogs on my Instagram story, and that's gonna be about the end of it. They're not.
Hold on, no.
What?
Did we know that I could clone Valerie, my dog, who's a pit bull Shar-Pei dog, who I absolutely love. Now, I don't know if they're just going to be able to pick up her mentality and mindset from being a street dog and sheltered dog and everything like that. I don't know if you're going to be able to clone that. But if Valerie can just be 2 years old again, just sleeping at the floor of the bed. It's like, hold on, I got the same dog. Oh, she's got a different attitude now. It's like, okay, yeah. I mean, Valerie's going through a different stage, and then I just got Valerie for the next 50 years. Is that what's happening now? That's what Tom Brady told me.
Is Chuck the big one? Is Chuck the hefty fella?
They won't let you clone him.
You could clone him.
I mean, you try to.
Can we clone him?
His legs have so much on him.
Okay.
I mean, give him a break, okay?
The Ottoman. Can we clone the Ottoman and just shrink it?
Okay. The Ottoman is
Give him
Chuck,
stronger legs.
and he has an incredible stature, I will tell you.
Yeah.
He stands there strong and fat, but he's very tough to move, and he's stubborn. Actually, if I could clone Chuck and get a better mindset, which is possible, I guess, maybe I do that.
Another shot from the beginning.
Yeah, and maybe we did get him on Doggy Zempic from day one because we know what's in his blood.
Yeah, exactly.
We know he can become super fatso. The cloning
When you clone him, it's starting back at the start, right? It's just like a baby.
I didn't know
Chuck,
we had
all
this.
over again.
Yeah, here's
I
Chuck.
had the same question. I don't know if that's a dumb
God,
question.
man, that sounds fair.
Well, and I'm the only one that didn't have a leash on, because he's too fat for
Yeah,
the
what
leash
do
that
you
they gave
do?
us. So he ran though. Look at him, his little legs.
Yeah.
Dude, that is not.
Chuck's awesome.
Okay, we're not thinking about cloning Chuck anyways. Chuck's got a long life ahead. Valerie, though, certainly on her final
Long life.
days here. And
AJ, I feel like you've looked into this before.
To clone animals or to clone humans? What are you talking about?
All of it. I think you've looked into all of it.
No, I saw the movie Multiplicity. It doesn't always work out. There's always going to be some defects when you do that.
Good call.
what
So
about
I don't
the dog,
think that's
though?
a smart thing.
What about the
the
dog?
dog.
So-
If you could bring back Carl, my old German Shepherd, I would do it. If he had Carl's mindset, that's what I need. That mindset.